Little Orange Plum.
Hello everyone and welcome to Little Orange Plum. So today we're looking at a little subreddit called r/NotHowGirlsWork. So first off we have a post that is simply titled, "It was going so well." I don't think there's any easy way to get girls. You gotta meet them in the right place at the right time and have your shit together, then build a relationship and make her see you as an interesting and cool. Also, girls will like you the more they see you and the more they're around you. It's kind of like Stockholm Syndrome. That took a turn. But it's true. They also like to be dominated, which is the main theme in most porn and a lot of erotic literature. Someone probably should have mentioned to him that 1, porn is not that realistic. Just because it happens in porn, that doesn't mean it's an accurate representation of real life. And also, porn is very much subject to male gaze. It's not told from the female perspective, my dear. So being strong and wealthy will help with that. I've only been with a few women, doesn't surprise me. But what I learned is that women don't deserve any sympathy, so don't give them any. They don't want it anyway, and they won't give it to you unless they're your mum. I feel like this probably should have been said to a psychiatrist. Excuse me, sir. I do believe you have the internet confused with your therapist, because this is really sounding like some kind of issues that you need to talk to a psychiatrist about, because and as the title suggested, that really took a turn. It was starting off so well. You know, you gotta get your shit together and build a relationship, and all the way down to they don't deserve sympathy and won't give you any unless they're your mum. Like, next we have wrong. Harassment is harassment. Great title. After a great start, we have Sunny Street. Know the work rules. Appropriate. Looking good, Susan. Ah, you're sweet. Inappropriate. Looking good, Susan. Hello, human resources. Nope. Sorry, guys. I think the thing that's very frustrating is all of these guys who'll do this whole, oh, women are just superficial, they'd be fine with being sexually harassed if the guy was attractive. Thing 1, it's not the fact that you're physically unattractive, it's the fact that she doesn't find you personally attractive and has probably already expressed this to you some way, and you're still not quitting. Like, you've been told no, and you're ignoring no, and just keeping going with it. That's what makes it creepy and harassy. Also, like, speaking from personal experience, it's worse to get sexually harassed by someone who's attractive, because then when you try to talk about it and you try to tell people this thing that happened that made me feel very uncomfortable and made me feel potentially unsafe, everyone goes, well, yeah, but he's hot. Like, are you sure you don't like him? Like, I feel like you'd be a cute couple. Not even just men. Women will try to set you up with the person who harassed you because he is good looking. That's how much worse it is when someone who's attractive harasses you. Everyone just excuses it because they find them they're attractive and they would like to be with them. So you now have to just deal with being harassed by someone that everyone else has a crush on. Just not even close to being true. At least when the guy is somewhat unfortunate looking in appearance, when you say, I'm not attracted to this person and this behavior is making me uncomfortable, it immediately gets picked up as being harassment. So, complete detachment from the reality of the situation. Harassment is always harassment, my dear, no matter how good looking the guy is. Okay, so next we have some formatting that is hurting my brain. That's what we have. We have femininity equals ability to get pregnant. No, that's what being that's what having a functioning uterus is. That's not an inherently feminine. Sorry, but femininity is not, because how do I explain this? Femininity, a noun describing the qualities or qualities or attributes regarded as characteristic of women. So qualities and attributes. I mean, attributes genuinely could apply to an actual biological feature, but qualities is really your character and your personality. It's got nothing to do with your biological anatomy, and therefore your ability has to get pregnant has nothing to do with your femininity, because femininity is the aspects of your presentation that are female or feminine in nature, not your actual biological function. So, thing one, wrong. Next we have, and again, the formatting is bad. I believe you wanted another line for that. We have abortion equals rejecting that ability equals rejecting femininity. Feminism equals abortion. Then feminism equals rejecting femininity. Again, no. An abortion means freedom from being used as just your anatomy. It means acknowledging that a woman is more than just whether or not she has a functioning uterus. That what makes us womanly is not just our parts. And below that we have, that explains why modern women are dumb and unfunny, lol. They celebrate everything they aren't good at. Yep, great. This is why you're very alone. Yeah, you're gonna be very alone for a very long time because you just made the argument that women have no actual value or are physically incapable by virtue of being women are being good at anything except giving birth and making babies. You're going to have a lot of very sad, lonely years struggling to form any meaningful relationships if you can't actually value another human being for anything other than their genitalia. And I feel like this is going to be one of those guys who's like, I'm not 6'6" and don't have a giant dick, therefore women won't like me because everything is superficial, and at no point does it register that they just saw how superficial you are and just didn't want anything to do with your personality. You know? These are always the guys that complain so much every time anyone treats them with that kind of superficial touch, but they're always the most superficial ones. It's why I don't actually have much sympathy for them, because it's like, you know, if you treated people better, you would not have such a hard time in life. Just saying. Next we have, I don't understand why women don't have a better society. Literally make human with such good sentencing today, and have the power to shape them how you want them to be. Create an army that would build you a better society. Copy what the bees do. We've gone down a strange rabbit hole. Ladies are too obedient and have been trained to wait for a hero to save them. You have not been trained how to English properly, though, my dude. No. Okay, firstly, I kind of like the idea. I mean, there are some practicality issues. You know, it takes 18 years to make human. You know, there's a certain amount of physical and emotional labor that goes into making a baby. Also, you have to acknowledge the fact that these are not robots or like drones that we're spewing out. They are actual humans with actual human agency, and if you spend 18 years of your life raising this child up and to have a certain set of beliefs and to be your army, and then they turn around and go, no ma, I don't want to, fuck you, I'm going to college instead. Like, you can't stop them from doing that. You know, even with brainwashing, there are limits to how much you can control someone. So, and as I say, like 18 years just to make one of them, this is not a very practical way of building an army. I feel like just taking out like an ad and being like putting it on TV or something, being like, join the new women's military, like that's going to have a lot better chance of getting you military recruits than breeding your own. This does not sound practical. But also copy what the bees do. I mean, again, I feel like you're just not understanding there are certain biological differences between humans and bees, which are the reason why we don't breed our own armies. But also, I'm loving the fact that this guy seems to be trying to make fun of women and like saying that we're just like not smart for having figured this out. But it's like, so you're kind of already openly admitting with the statement, why don't women have a better society? Like, you admit it could be better if women had more of a say in it. Maybe, possibly. But yes. Also, ladies are obedient and have been trained to wait for a hero. Yeah, this is actually a thing in feminism of like, society tries to condition girls from a very young age to believe that they're less than they are. True. But I don't think you're going to turn into a bumblebee if you unlearn that. Somehow, I don't think that's going to happen, biologically speaking. Next we have, So we have the hive mind that keeps Redditors single. Okay, let's have a look. We have... Oh, this is my exact thought process. We have, you're the kind of guy I want to marry, but not the kind of guy I want to date. AKA, I want to bounce on hot guys and hold zero value in my eye until I'm walled out. Even when they get older, they are still like this. Women are universally the same. They will dump you for the next best option. I'm 27 and been on hundreds of dates. You're better off remaining single. There is zero loyalty out there. Women rule the dating market. They have abundant options while the majority of men have to deal with scraps. No, honey, you're alone because you just referred to women as scraps. Women are people, not things. They are not scraps of objects. They are human people. But yeah, so... Also, I feel like this is another part of that whole society, like, devaluing people based on age and stuff. Like, yeah, you're 27. Lots of people are not married at 27. That's not... Don't freak out. You got plenty of time left. Just start treating people like people, and then maybe dates will start going better for you. It's... This whole, you're exactly the kind of guy I want to marry, but not the kind of guy I want to date. That doesn't seem realistic. That sounds like you have an idea of who you are. You've got this image and thinks he's a certain kind of person who thinks he's, Mr. Charming, loyal, kind, blah, 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 Mr. Nice Guy, basically. And so then girls describe the kind of guy they want to marry, and it's, a genuinely nice guy. And so you're like, but I'm such a nice guy, why won't you marry me? Because you're not actually that nice. You refer to him as scraps and stupid for not dating you the way you want to be dated. Like, I'm sorry, but what do you think we would think of girls when they say shit like this? Because usually there's a bunch of guys being like, bitches be crazy, and women freaking, it's crazy how it's like women act like this and they get told they're insane, and also that society is geared towards women controlling men with their sexuality, and therefore she feels entitled to be a nice girl, but when men are nice guys, women are controlling you and holding you back and blah 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 because you're a nice guy. Like, I don't see how it's always our fault. Like, at some point, maybe you need to just accept the reality that you're not honest with yourself about who you are and about how good a person you are, and that's why you're single. And I feel like pretty much, if you're probably watching this video, you probably peruse through Reddit a lot, and you've probably seen a lot of these guys. It's just a very awkward moment of, at some point, you're gonna have to switch off Reddit, look yourself hard in the mirror, and be honest about who you are. You're not some amazing catch who is perfect and who is being wronged by the women folks who just won't give him what he wants. You are a guy who is sat in his bedroom alone whining about how no one is good enough for you, even though, if we're entirely honest, there's a pretty good chance that this is one of those guys who, notices the top 1% of, like, most classically beautiful women, will pursue those girls with a vengeance, regardless of how bad their personalities are or how completely incompatible they are with him, because they're classically beautiful, and will fail to acknowledge the existence of the other 99% of women, and will mock the other 99% of women for ever considering themselves to be good enough for himself. But also, he's never going to work on himself, and he's never going to admit, you don't look like a Greek Adonis. You are not the vision of perfect classical beauty either. And you would be furious if a woman told you you're not good enough because you're not the top 1% in appearance. And you would be furious if a woman told you none of your other qualities matter because of these superficial things. Really? Where's the introspection? It's just fascinating, the amount of guys that will state clearly, here is my problem, here's the thing I am doing wrong. Why isn't the rest of the world fixing my problem? Why isn't the rest of the world changing to accommodate all of these mistakes that I keep making over and over again? Like, really, how lacking in introspection do you have to be that you just wrote this out? It's here for you to see, and you can't see what the problem is. Really, dude. But anyway, that is r/not how girls work. I'm sorry, my dudes. This is weirdly an episode about girls who somehow ended up being about men. That's seems kind of yeah, sounds about right. Yeah, it was supposed to be a conversation about women, but somehow a bunch of straight men came in and made it all about them and how are you not like the other straight guys, maybe r/not like hashtag not all men kind of thing. But okay. So that was our episode. If you enjoyed the subreddit, please feel free to try to reclaim this subreddit and make it more about women again, because it was supposed to be about how girls do not work, but it somehow ended up being about straight guys, as usual. And if you enjoyed this video, please like, comment, subscribe, all that good YouTube stuff, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye!